Hey guys, Eddie here from Deline Property. Today I want to do a quick video and we're going to be talking a little bit about the media and the newspaper here. So today I wanted to do a video about just a little bit about what the media has been saying, and they've been talking a little bit about the Sydney and Melbourne market property correction and prices declining in Australia in terms of property. And I thought I'd do this quick video to just share my thoughts. A lot of people ask me the same question again and again, so I usually answer the same question 2, 3, 4, 5 times every single day. So I thought I'd do this video to basically put it out there so you can share my thoughts and I guess a little bit of information from my experience. And yeah, so I was basically featured in the newspaper in this article right here, which is the Sydney Morning Herald. So it was pretty cool. It came out literally 2 days ago. So basically, I was featured there had a little bit about my property story. We're buying 16 properties by the age of 27, etc. And stuff that most people know already. But basically the headline is the main thing I want to talk about. It basically says the end of a property boom is the worst still to come. And there's the photo of me with property in the background that I bought before, and the Sydney market, etc. So it says basically is the end of the property boom is the worst yet to come. And if you actually go and read this article, it's on the internet, and I'll try to put the link below as well. But basically it says that what the media is basically saying is the property prices in Australia are coming down, and is it doom and gloom? Some people are saying it's going to drop by a lot, but they've been saying that for like 10, 15, 20 years, etc. But yeah, so my thoughts on the subject is, if you look at all the data, the actual statistics, the numbers, the facts and the figures, it's pretty only two places that are actually going down, and it's Sydney and Melbourne. And I've said this probably 6 months, 12 months, 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago probably, that when a property market goes through a cycle, so a full market cycle and everything doubles in value within that 4 to 5, 6 year period, like Sydney and Melbourne did, and went through a full cycle, all the properties that were 400 went to 800. The properties that were 800 went to 1.6. 90% of the properties, they went up between 80% to 100% within that market cycle between the years of 2012, 13 to 2016, etc. Depending on the month, I'm not going exact into it, but between Sydney and Melbourne had a massive property boom. Everything doubled in value. I said years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, a lot of people have said it as well. When a property market goes that much up in value in a short amount of time, you're always going to have a little bit of fallback. It's going to go up and then come back down a little bit, and then usually you have fluctuations for a period of time before it starts going through a full cycle again. But long story short, if you look at the data, look at the statistics, it's mainly Sydney and Melbourne. You look at some of the realestate.com.au articles that are out there. It says Adelaide's gone up, Brisbane's gone up, Tasmania's gone up, Northern Territory and Perth are still down and up, fluctuations, etc. But Sydney and Melbourne are the only places that have actually dropped, and I think that at this stage they've dropped 10, 12%, etc. But they've already gone up 100%. So what's 10%? 10, 12, even 15%. It doesn't really mean much if you bought before that cycle. If you're one of the people who jumped on last minute the cycle and bought 2016, 17, etc., when property prices were really inflated and you bought with emotion, then quite possibly, those people could be in some trouble, because they bought with emotion. They didn't buy based on facts, figures, data, statistics, and the rest of it. So my thoughts to the newspaper basically, and the article, I share my thoughts in the article, but basically it's only limited to Sydney and Melbourne. In my opinion, Sydney and Melbourne are going to flatten out within the next 12 to 24 months and go through fluctuations probably for the next 5 years, anywhere between the next 3 to 5, 6, maybe even 7 years. I definitely do not see, picture and forecast Sydney and Melbourne going through a massive property boom again within the next 3 to 4 years. I find it very, very unlikely. The places that I do see that happening is Brisbane, the Gold Coast, places like Adelaide as well. Tasmania's already had some good growth, but even Perth's on the rebound. So, but the main places are Southeast Queensland, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, Adelaide especially as well. So those kind of places where they're still very, very low entry prices, the rental yields, the rents compared to what the purchase prices are very, very high. They can sustain it, and the average wages within those areas can actually support the price growth as well. So, you know, if you've been watching some of my other videos, I'm hitting Brisbane and the Gold Coast as much as possible, and within the next 12 to 24 months, etc., I'll start be buying a lot more properties to invest in as a foundation portfolio within Sydney, Melbourne, etc. I've already got properties myself in Sydney, Brisbane, the Gold Coast, Adelaide, Cairns, properties all throughout Australia in my own portfolio. But I guess if you're looking to start again and build a property portfolio and get to 3, 4, 5 properties and build a solid portfolio for your retirement, etc., whatever your reasons are, I'd definitely be hitting Brisbane first, and then over the next 2-3 years start to get into Sydney and Melbourne after that. So, you know, that's just my thoughts, and yeah, I just wanted to jump on and, you know, share a little bit of my thoughts about what that article was, because a lot of people have asked me the question, oh, it's all doom and gloom and the property prices are going down. Every state's different. So paper right there in all the articles, in terms of declines, they're mainly pointing to Sydney and Melbourne, which, newsflash, everyone knew that was going to happen. Well, everyone who knew a little bit about property and market cycles and that kind of stuff kind of saw that coming. So thanks so much for watching. I hope this video helps, and I look forward to chatting to you soon. Bye.